What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, Afai here, and today we're gonna talk about 3 things on how I decide to choose my new bike. So stay tuned. Welcome back guys, and today we're going to discuss 3 things on how I decide to choose my new bike. On the previous blog I have mentioned that I'm going to change another bike, right? So today let's discuss over it, and maybe I will share with you the type of bike that I have chosen lah. So number 1, the type of bike that you have to think of is basically, do you want to have a class 2 bike or class 2A or class 2B? You know, in Singapore there's a different classes because they categorize it in a smaller smaller CCs and bigger CCs, medium range CC bikes. And also you need to know what type of usage you want to use for that bike. So for instance, like you want to use that bike for touring, or you want to use that bike for racing at the racetrack, or even you want to use that bike for adventure, off-road adventure touring, you know. Okay, so you also might want to do some research lah on the maintenance of these bikes. Yeah. Also, you have to think of whether you want to get a first-hand or second-hand bike. You know, as you can see in Singapore, there's a lot of second-hand bikes lah. But of course, we do not know how does the previous owner maintain the bike. You know, some owners, they use the bike for Grab, for Deliveroo, and even for Foodpanda. You know, so you must think through all that lah, because you do not want to have a second-hand bike. Later part, you have a lot of problem, a lot of issue with the bikes. And for point number 2, we need to think through about the pricing of the bike. So you also have to tally with your income and also your monthly expenses, the bills, all that. So after all that, after deciding okay how much I can spare on the bike, then I can know whether I want to get the bike for cash or loans. So first thing you have to know about the pricing is also the machine price of the bike. Okay, and also you need to know the COE pricing for that month that you collected or you chose the bike lah, sign up for the bike. Then like I said, also you need to know whether it's loan or cash. Okay, and also you need to know the road tax. Okay, the road tax, right? There's there's a few different pricing. They categorize in Singapore, right? They categorize the bikes by 2B, 2A, and class 2. So for 2B, the road tax is cheaper lah. For same goes with for class 2A, cheaper than class 2, which is class 2 is the bigger CC bike lah, which is the most expensive road tax lah for this compared to these 2 lah. So, and not forgetting about your insurance. The insurance company will quote you based on your driving or riding experience, on when did you pass your license, and also based on your age, how old or how young are you. So with all that, then the insurance company will give you the best price lah for your vehicle. And there's a lot of insurance company out there, so you can seek and ask or research on, which company is the best for you lah, and so that you can know whether you have enough after end of the month. You see, because when you ride bike also you need to pump petrol, and also the maintenance of the bike. Yeah, so for the maintenance of the bike, you also want to know how much do you have to spend for the maintenance. Okay, number 3. Which shop should I choose? You see, because there's a lot of shops in Singapore that you can buy the bike from, but of course you need to know a few things before you choose the right shop. So when it comes to loans, right, you need to know how long you're going to pay for these loans, and you need to know the interest rate for each year per annum for the loans. For example, right? Let's say you have $10,000 of loans. So basically, you have 5 years to pay for these loans. But not only that $10,000, right? You have to include with the interest fee also. For example, if let's say you tie for 5 years, right? So the shop said 1 year it's 5% per annum. So you have to times 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. So you accumulate to 25%. So that 25% is the interest that shop earns from you for taking loans through them. So for me, right, I go through a few shops, asking around for interest rate. So basically, what I have come across is most of the shop go by 5%, some 6%. The most I ever heard is 7% per year. So after asking a few shops, I have managed to find one shop that gives me a good rate lah. So you also have to know whether the shop includes early settlement fee. Like early settlement fee is actually for let's say you have balance of $1,000 and you're supposed to finish another 5 more months. But actually, this $1,000 you can finish within the 5th month. So sometimes the shop will add additional cost for this. You see, you must understand this. For example, maybe some shop they put different pricing so you have to ask. If you never ask, they might mark up the price. You must take note on all this So after asking a few shop, then I still found this shop quite reasonable, and yeah, because most of the shop nowadays they do have early settlement fee. But you also need to know, with the early settlement fee incurred with the balance, right? They will not waive off the finance company, right? They will not waive off the interest that already incurred in that balance. Yes, I did ask this on my previous shop. So, wow, it's really ridiculous right? So after asking a few shops, I managed to find a shop give me a good price and reasonable options. You also need to know if the shop gives you grace period to pay your installment. For example, your monthly installment. So what's the grace period like? You must ask them. So some shop gives you 7 days. 7 days grace period. That means after, let's say the official date is on the 10th, you got 7 days. 17 by 17 you must pay the installment plan already installment payment. If not, they will charge you interest. Some shop charge you by daily, some shop charge you by month, by the whole month. You need to ask all this. So like some shop also gives you 2 weeks grace period. Some of the shop also give you 1 month grace period. So you need to ask all this because for your installment plan. So basically, if let's say if let's say you paid late for 2 days or 3 days, some shop charge you, oh, you late already 3 days, you must pay for the whole month interest, which is ridiculous lah. That's why you need to know, because during purchase of bike, right, they won't share all these because customer is excited to buy a new bike. They will just want to know how much is the monthly, how much they have to deposit. Basically that's all they usually customer ask them. So they won't share much information unless you ask them. Also, not to forget, right, it's best to choose the bike that you like lah. Don't be like somebody who choose the bike that other people say, oh, this bike is good, you should like it, but actually you're aiming for another bike. So if you listen more to others, right, in the end, so you have that regret feeling. So best to choose wisely and choose the bike that you want, regardless on what other people said. These points, right, after all these 3 points, so I have decided what type of bike I want, and also what type of usage I will I will use it for, and how I also did some research on how does the bike maintenance like. We asked the shop for the how much can I deposit. Yeah, I have decided the bike, and you want to see the bike? Here you go. Okay guys, I'd like to take this opportunity to say thanks to Southernmotor. They have been helping me to get my new bike, and they also have given me a good discount rate, and also a good pricing lah. Because I purchased the bike as an early bird lah, so that's why they gave me a good price. And also thanks to Zhong. Zhong has been helping me a lot, because I've been messaging him even after office hour to ask him about the bike. As an early bird, I purchased the bike early bird period, so the bike have not reached in Singapore, but I was so excited. I keep asking him when have the bike come. So he's been replying me, and entertaining me lah with all those questions that I have asked him. Yeah. Also, Southernmotor gave me a good per annum rate lah. So if you all want to know about the rate, right, you have to come down yourself to check it out lah. I can give you the address of the shop in this link below. Okay, when purchasing the bike at Southernmotor, right, they also include me with a free gift lah. Because quite a lot lah. Maybe because of the bike doesn't have the parts that I wanted, so they gave me quite a few free gifts. So depends on you guys, how much your deposit, and also how you negotiate with them. So it depend on how's the relationship between you guys lah. So for me, I'm happy to deal with southernmotor because the price that I calculated, is all under my budget. And Southern Motors not only have not only selling bikes, they also have a experienced mechanic, to do the maintenance or servicing of your bikes. So in the future, if you buy bike with them, you do not need to worry where to maintain your bike, where to go. They have the mechanic over there to help you lah. So basically, you can also ask the mechanic, how is this bike maintenance like. They will share with you lah, because all of them is quite friendly over there. Yeah, especially Achong Achong really helps me a lot because he really make me feel welcome to that shop. And I trade in my bike, my old bike over there, and they give me a very good price also, compared to other bike shop that I have surveyed. Yeah, Aswan give me a very good price. That's why I really like it, and also happy to trade with them. So to deal with them also. So to Achong, I like to say thank you and keep up the good work, bro. Don't worry, I will in the future. I'll recommend more people to your shop.